Okay, so in the last video I taught you how to draw the mouth, and this one I'm just going to teach you how to shade it. So what I'm going to do is erase most of my lines, not so that they're completely gone, but just so that I can barely see them, because you don't want to mix charcoal and your pencil, so they don't mix very well together. So even though I've erased these lines, you can tell I can still sort of see them, like this. But most of the pencil lead is gone. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the line in the middle, and this is where my darkest areas are. I tend to like to go from dark to light, but it's up to you what you like. So doing the value on the lips is similar to doing eyelashes. In the center, these lines tend to go straight, and on the side they tend to curve out this way and around like that. See how they curve here? So that's what I want to do. And you don't have to make them look like they need chapstick as bad as these. But I'm going to start with my values going like this, and I'm going to curve them up and around like that. And you want to have curved lines on your lips so that they look like they have volume. So you don't want flat lips, you don't want to have round lips. So I'm going to go a little bit more at the bottom. And your top lip tends to be darker than your bottom lip because of the way that it is shaped. If you look at a mouth from the side, say here's my nose, like this, your top lip tends to come down around like this, and then your bottom lip is just below it like that. So since your bottom lip is technically facing down, or your top lip is facing down, and your bottom lip is facing up like this, you get more sunlight when it's coming this direction to the bottom lip than the top lip. So that's why it tends to be darker. So I'm going to fill that in a little bit more. And I'm going to come in with my willow. And remember, the willow is there to help the charcoal blend a little bit. And you can do this with your fingers or with a blending stump, but if you use a blending stump, you want to work it the same way you would work the actual drawing sticks, the charcoal or the willow. And you're going to want to blend in the same direction. So straight up in the middle, and then start curving those lines like this. And you do kind of want a texture to your lip. You want to bring that value all the way to the edge of the lip, like that. And the more you blend, the less it's going to look like the person who owns these lips needs the chapstick. Alright, inside of the mouth is obviously really, really dark. This is the darkest point of the lip. This is where the two lips meet. And you want a nice solid line where that occurs. You want it to be obvious that the lips end here. And the brightest part of the lip is going to be right through here, about a third of the way down from the top. So I want to do something similar here, sort of soft lines coming out. Again, very much like the eyelashes that we talked about in the previous video. Changing direction like that. Same thing here. Here we've got, on this picture there's really not a lot of darkness there. So I'm going to go really light on it. Here it's a little bit darker near where the lips meet. And since the top lip is much darker than the bottom lip, there's more charcoal there. And on the bottom lip, there's going to be a lot more willow, because you want it to be really smooth. And again, you can do this with your blending stump or with your finger, but I'm going to do it with my finger because I want the bottom to be just a little bit smoother. And you see the different effect that that's going to have on it. Alright, the more you blend, the more those lines go away. Like that. So I'm going to clean up around my edges here to make sure they're nice and even. And underneath here, to help define where that lip ends, I'm going to add a little bit of value. Like this. And then we get to the corners. In the corner, it's really important to remember is not pointy. So I'm going to add a lot of value right here. What happens at the corner of the mouth is that the muscles are built up around the outside of it. Right here, there will be muscles on your mouth, around the edges, and that's why it indents right here quite a bit. So we're going to want to really push that to darkness right in here. And a nice round darkness. This side looks right. This might need a little more charcoal over here. About like that. And sometimes you're going to have just a little bit of a value here, where your lips dent down in the middle. There's often a little bit of value in right there as well. That's about it.